From CNN's global headquarters in Atlanta, welcome to the CNN Newsroom. I'm Don Lemon. We have the latest top stories from around the globe, but first, let's go to today's special guest anchor for a quick check of what's making headlines at this hour.
Reporting from CNN World Headquarters in Atlanta, I'm Kristy Taylor.
And I'm Herbert Taylor.
With a CNN News update.
In science news, last year, Aurora Borealis show wasn't bad, but the greatest natural light display in a decade is coming this December. Solar activity will hit the peak of an 11-year cycle at the end of the year. And the more intense the solar flares, the more magnificent the aurora display. The vast majority of auroras occur in a band known as the auroral zone. This band can expand when solar activity is high. The best chance to see the northern lights will be somewhere between 66 to 69 degrees north, a sliver of the world that includes northern Alaska and Canada and bits of Greenland, northern Scandinavia and northern Russia. Before venturing into any of these freezing wilderness, it's worth checking out the KP index, a measure of electromagnetic activity in the atmosphere. A reading of 2 or higher is considered good for northern lights spotting. You can also head south for aurora borealis or southern lights.
In entertainment news, in 1996, John Reed Adams received a phone call that changed his life. His oldest brother wanted him to record the movie that was airing on TV one Tuesday night. As the 8th grader surfed the internet, he continued to get distracted by the movie unfolding on TV. He saw a British police box from the 1950s actually disguised spaceship known as a TARDIS on the screen. Soon, Adams was hooked on Doctor Who. 17 years later, he has become a writer and an actor with 2 Doctor Who fan films on his resume. Ever since the BBC first aired this little science fiction series for families on November 23, 1963, it's gained a fan base often called Whovins that has grown by leaps and bounds in recent years, especially in the US. The show is celebrating its 50th anniversary, a rare feature for anything on TV, and has shaped the lives of generations of fans. It holds the Guinness Book World Record for the longest running science fiction television program.
In space news, look to the heavens along the East Coast on Tuesday night, and you might be able to see the Air Force blast 29 satellites in orbit at once. The satellites, the most ever launched at one time, will be aboard a single Minotaur rocket, scheduled to lift off from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. They include the main payload, the Air Force Space Test Program, Satellite 3, and the 28 tiny satellites called CubeSats. Among the CubeSats is the TG-3 SAT, built by the students of Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in Alexandria, Virginia. Once in orbit, the TJ-3 SAT will allow students and amateur radio users the opportunity to send and receive data from the satellite. The 29 satellites should achieve orbit in a little less than 12.5 minutes after the rocket ignites. NASA says the launch may be visible from northern Florida to southern Canada and as far west as Indiana. If you can't see the launch from where you are, it will be screened by NASA Live.
And finally, in travel news, the top ski destinations know that pleasing the downhill crowd is only part of the snow-filled picture. After all, in the United States, winter at ski resorts is a $6 billion a year industry, according to the National Ski Areas Association. Mountain biking, frisbee, golf, and zip line adventures are a few activities popular at ski resorts during the green season. But what's a skier to do when the landscape is white? Snow biking is Telluride, Mountain bikers flock to Telluride, Colorado from spring to fall, but there is no reason to stop riding when the snow falls. Local outfitter Boot Doctors often tours on fat bikes, mountain bikes with oversized wide tires that can be ridden on traditional bike trails but excel in the snow.
And that's our report for now. For a check of the news any time of the day, just log on to CNN.com. Reporting from the CNN Center in Atlanta.
I'm Kristy Taylor.
And I'm Herbert Taylor. Have a great day.
And we especially thank CNN for this wonderful day to allow us to celebrate our anniversary, the first anniversary together. Thank you and have a great day.
Go where the news is. Tour inside CNN. Discover how the world stays connected. See the newsroom and studios of CNN's world headquarters in Atlanta. See what it takes to cover the world 24/7. Shop our latest merchandise at the CNN store. Check out your favorite anchors and become a star in your own newscast. Call or visit us online for daily tour information and reservations. Then, go inside CNN.